Hi, welcome to ClaimsForce. I am Casey Clem, and today I'm going to show you how to create a new user. When you log into your system, if you're on the main dashboard here, you'll come up to the triple bar on the right hand side. I'm going to click that and click on Administration, and I'm going to scroll down here to Users. After clicking Users, you'll see the Create User button here, and it's really quite easy. I'm going to put in a username. That's really the main thing that's required. Put in the name and email and phone number. You don't have to put in a phone number, but you can do that. Gender. Now the biggest thing here is putting them on a team and putting them on a role. A team is important if you, let's say you have a sales team and you only want the sales guys to see stuff, their team's deals, then you make sure you put them on the sales team. Or maybe you have an admin team or an office team or a technician team. You can create different teams and you can give different teams different permission levels. So in this case I'm just going to put admin, and for roles are permissions, and I'm going to show you how to amend those in just a second. But let's say since he's on the Mr. John Doe is on the admin team, I'm going to give him the admin role. You can add multiple teams and multiple roles. With the roles, the permission levels do default to the lowest level permissions if you add multiple roles. You can add multiple teams if you want someone to be on the admin team and the office team. Now, the purpose of default team, this is very important. You always want to make sure you put a default team, and that's going to be like if you're on 3 different teams, every time a record is created, if whatever default team you set, then that record will be attached to that default team. So for example, if John Doe is on the admin team and he's on the sales team, okay, and I make him his default team the admin team, that means every time he creates a claim or a client, that's going to be under the admin team, and so anyone that's on the admin team will be able to see that claim or client, but not the guys on the sales team, right? Unless I give those sales guys extra permissions to be able to see everything, they're not going to be able to see what's on the admin team. So again, the purpose of the default team is every time you create a record, that record is attached to a claim or a client, and it's attached to whatever default team you set. All right, and then obviously creating a password. Okay, I'm going to create the password, and it's probably not going to work when I try to save here because I've been typing so fast, and it's probably going to tell me that my passwords don't match. You can also add an avatar, so if you want to attach a picture, right, I can throw in a picture of myself up there, and that'll be tied to my user. So yeah, it's telling me not valid, probably because my passwords don't match. If you want it to auto-generate a random password, I can press this generate button, okay, and I can see it made a password for me. And then you have this box with send email with access info to the user if you want to let the new user know of their username and password. This admin button here, one other distinction to make, this admin button is the super admin, meaning they can see everything, they can edit everything, and they can even add fields and touch stuff in the back office. So that's a very, you don't want to be handing that button out lightly. You probably want to have just this, 1 or 2 people in the office with those rights, because if you give Joe Blow, if you make them a super admin, it's really easy to go in and blow up the system, so you don't want them to do that. And then this is portal user. You only want to check that box if, let's say you're a public adjuster and you want the homeowner to be able to log in and just see their own specific claim, then you would make them a portal user. So portal users have very, very limited permissions, and they can see very, very limited things. So that's what that's for. So, but in this case, John Doe, I don't need to make him a super admin. He's just on my sales team. Again, I can add multiple phones and multiple emails, but that is how you create a a regular user. So I hit save, and now if I come in here, you can change the password. Well, I can't, but John Doe can once he logs in. So and then you can set their preferences and look at their calendar and set up email accounts, which I'll show you in the next video how to do that.